Did they take my codes out? Hold on.
Your ticker at the bottom is not there.
Okay, wait a minute. Here it is. Okay. Let's share what happened yesterday, guys. I know I didn't have any class yesterday, and oh, look at this. That's the wrong thing. And I know I got a lot of emails from you guys wondering what happened with me in the class. I'm fine. I'm not dead. I didn't kick over. But the bills were not paid. I'm telling you guys, it takes about, what, $2,000 a month to run this website. What happened was they didn't, the Zoom room payment didn't hit in time. So please, guys, support this dawah after, we are a nonprofit organization. We need your donations in order to operate. We need your donations in order to run. I mean, y'all see how bad it was. We couldn't log in yesterday. We just couldn't stream because the streaming bill had to be paid. Please support us. And by the way, I get a lot of questions, a lot of emails. I am not Sunnahfollowers. We are not affiliated with any masajid. We are an independent nonprofit organization. We are a 501c3. All your donations go to cover our website. We are listed with the IRS of America as an Islamic school. We are an online Islamic school free of charge. We don't charge no money. But we are not, I am not a part of Kareem Abu Zaid's community. This is the thing I'm getting. May Allah bless Kareem Abu Zaid. I love him for the sake of Allah. But I am not affiliated with Kareem Abu Zaid. I am not his sister. A lot of people say, you relate to Kareem Abu Zaid. We're Egyptian. Both of us are Egyptian. We might even look alike a little bit. But separate entities, okay? I teach his books, okay? Sheikh Mohammed Saeed Atlee. I am not affiliated with the Islamic Center of Columbia either. Okay, I was teaching Sheikh Atlee's books. I'm not part of those two masajids. Okay, we need donations to run this website. Everybody understand? Please donate by scanning that QR code right there, or you can Zelle us by sending it to Layla at Sunnahfollowers.net. Okay, but please, guys, don't mistake me for being with another organization, because we need donations. Those brothers get donations. Layla ain't getting nothing. Okay, we're just a whole bunch of old women trying to run a website. Subhanallah, me and Fresno, and my best friend Latifa, and we got Sabrina and Ifti. We're just older women trying to make some dawah. Okay. All right, that's it. Let's get started. Inna alhamdulillah wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulallah. We have been discussing the importance of understanding the concept of al-wala wal-bara. There's my Barbara Wawa voice. So you can see I've been writing. You can tell when I'm writing because I put on my journalism act, okay? And today we're going to be beginning chapter 15. And let me put the book up here again for the new sisters. Are the new Muslims here, the new Shahadahs? Oh, mashallah. Wa alaikum salam. Welcome to my website, to my classes. I am your teacher for today and every day here. Alhamdulillah. Yeah. I'm getting ready to post it up now. You want to write the name of the book? Okay, here. Let me find it. The bill wasn't paid for this, but now it's together. Here it is. This is the book that we're studying for this class. There it is. Diluting al-Wala wal-Bara by Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid. Okay, this book can be purchased at Amazon. This book is $19.99. The proceeds from this book go to support safausa.org, which is an international homeschool that I encourage all of you new sisters here. Let me talk about that for a second. Since I belong, y'all done put me in what, 5 different new Muslim groups? Yeah. Sisters, do not put your children in Kafir schools because they're going to learn behavior that they shouldn't learn. Homeschool your children. SAFAUSA.org. This is an online school system designed by Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid internationally, from K through 12th grade, from kindergarten through 12th grade. One of my brothers is putting his kids in it. Okay. Check out the information on SAFAUSA.org and sign your children up for it. His prices are very reasonable. I'm telling you. I think it's what is his prices, Mina? Like $300 a month or $250, something like that. That's not bad, because a lot of these Muslim schools want to charge $600 a child. It's ridiculous. His price is half of what they charge. So check out Safa USA, and when you buy this book at Amazon, that's where the money goes to help support that school. All right, so this is the book. Let's get started. Chapter 15. When you guys declare, when all of us declare La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the second part of that testimony is that we are declaring allegiance. Who is our allegiance to? Our allegiance is to Allah, to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to the other Muslims around the world, no matter what color they are, what race they are, and to this deen, this religion. Most Muslims don't understand that concept. That's why we have Muslims celebrating Thanksgiving. We have Muslims celebrating Halloween. By the way, shame on you brothers in Texas. Okay? We have Muslims celebrating Christmas. We have Muslims celebrating New Year's because they don't understand. It's not a question of lawful and unlawful. It's a question of allegiance, well or better. If your allegiance is to Allah, if your allegiance is to this religion, what are you doing aligning yourself, showing loyalty to those things that totally oppose our belief? Okay, let's put the PowerPoint up on the screen. And I hope you guys read along in the book, and I want you to take your books out and read along now, because I will be giving you a quiz afterwards. Okay, we're going to speak about how well better is part of the Shahadah. We're going to speak about the relationship of allegiance when it comes to that Shahadah. And let's start it off. Everybody can see my screen. Now, the universal declaration of faith is our Shahadah. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is a testament to the belief in Allah's oneness. This is a testament to the prophethood of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Muslims express their unwavering loyalty to Islam's fundamental principles through that Shahadah. So, what are the central components of the Shahadah?
PowerPoint, Leila?
Oh, can you see it?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, hold on. See, I'm so glad she's here. Hold on. Screen share. Here it is. Now, can y'all see it now?
Yes.
Okay. For the new Muslims, when you sisters took your Shahadah, this should have been explained to you by whoever gave you your Shahadah. The central components of the Shahadah are the negation, which is La ilaha. Write it down. La ilaha. That's the negation. And then the affirmation, which is illallah. Illallah. Does everybody understand that? This should have been explained to all of you before you took the Shahadah. And these elements shape our beliefs. These elements of the Shahadah shape our actions. These elements of the Shahadah shape our behavior. Everybody see that? So let's talk about what does it mean to negate. First of all, one of the problems I found as a dawah, I've been teaching Islam on the internet since 1986. It's a long time. I'm pretty old. Told y'all, website run by old women. Real old. We got 2 feet in the grave. About to die. Crack. Croak. The kids laugh at me here at the website. The Sunnahfollower kids think I'm crazy. Got to keep it real. Okay. What does it mean to negate something? I found as a dawah that a lot of Muslims, American speaking Muslims, don't understand the American English language. We don't understand the meaning of words that are over 4 letters. Latifa, what does it mean to negate something? Latifa, my best friend, who's also a teacher. What does it mean to negate something? I bet you she's knocked out sleep. See that? Anyone, what does it mean to negate something? Geechee, what does it mean to negate something? This is why I boycotted y'all the other day. Because y'all don't answer questions and pay attention in my class. What does it mean to negate something?
According to the dictionary, it means to nullify or make ineffective.
Y'all understand that? To make it ineffective. In other words, to not agree with it. If I negate something, I don't agree with it. I don't support it. I have nothing to do with it. I'm going to distance myself from it. Well, Bara, to negate something, to not agree with it, to not accept it, to not support it. Y'all understand that? Okay, so when we say La ilaha, this negation imparts an important message that we're going to distance ourselves from anything that professes to be worthy of worship other than Allah. And this negation is not simply a rejection, but it's also a declaration that Allah is the only one worthy of worship. And this is what the Arabs, the Quraysh, could not understand. The Arabs believed in Allah. They believed he was the creator of the world and all of that. They just didn't believe he was the only one worthy of worship. The same with the Christians today. The Christians believe in Allah, but they don't believe that he's the only one worthy of worship. But when we say La ilaha, we're negating the fact that anything or anyone other than Allah is worthy of worship. And this is a fundamental principle of Islam. Does everybody understand that? Do my new sisters who are new to the Islam, my new Shahadahs, your imams, I got a couple of sisters here from the Masajid in Atlanta. Give my salams to the imam down there. Okay? And you said that the imam referred you to my classes. This is why. Because you are a new Shahadah. He wants you to understand the implications of that Shahadah that you took just recently. A couple of you are from Dr. Jamali's community. Okay, a couple of you are new Muslims from Dr. Jamali's community. Why does Jamali recommend you come here? So you can learn the meaning of that Shahadah. You sisters understand that. So when we say La ilaha, we're negating that anyone or anything is worthy of worship other than Allah. Okay? Now, in contrast, when we say Ilallah, we are affirming that Allah is one, that he's the only one worthy of worship. And not only are we affirming that, but that he's the only one worthy of our love, the only one worthy of our allegiance, our reverence, our all. Now, do y'all see how when it comes to Thanksgiving, This isn't a question of lawful or unlawful. A lot of you asked me, Sister Layla, can I celebrate Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving is a day in which the non-Muslims here in America have set aside to thank Allah for the good things that he's given them. There's nothing in Islam that tells us it's haram to thank Allah for the good things that he's given you. However, does Allah tell us to just pick one day out the year to do that? Or does Islam teach us that we're supposed to thank Allah every day for the good things he's given us? Y'all see it. So if you truly believe Ilaha, if you truly believe that Allah is the only one worthy of my allegiance, my love, my loyalty, then you would do things the way he said do them. And this is how other dawah need to explain this. I mean, I know every year, I think it's ridiculous. Maybe because I have a degree in English or whatnot, I don't know. And I have a degree in history. I'm a historian. I have 2 bachelor's degrees, one in communication, which covers all of that stuff, and the other's in ancient civilizations. I don't get it. Why, how every year, Thanksgiving, all these fatwas pop up about the history of Thanksgiving. It ain't about the history. First of all, when it comes to American history, there is no history. It's called his story. American history is embedded in lies and deceit. So that's ignorance. No, you don't tell the people the history of anything, because Thanksgiving is not a matter of history. Thanksgiving is not an issue of worship. Thanksgiving is not an issue of anything other than allegiance. Is your allegiance to Allah and his messenger and his religion, or is your allegiance to pilgrims? Is your allegiance to the Native Americans? Is your allegiance to Turkey Day? Y'all see that? It's just that simple. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. I am pledging to only have allegiance to Allah, to his prophet, and to the Muslims around the world, and this religion, not any other religion, not any other lifestyle, not any other thing. And when I profess that, I am also professing to distance myself from anything that contradicts that. I'm sorry, Thanksgiving contradicts that, because it's not something that's a part of my religion. It's not my culture to sit down one day out the year to thank Allah. My culture teaches me to thank Allah every day. It's not something that my prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam celebrate. Maybe the pilgrims did that. Maybe the Indians did that, but my allegiance is only to the Prophet Muhammad and the Muslims, not to the Indians, even though I may be of Indian descent, which I'm not, okay? Even though I may be of Viking descent, even though I may be of African-American descent, my allegiance first and foremost is to the believing Muslims, the Muslims around the world. Period. Dot. So that's why we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. It's not an issue of anything except La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah el wala wa better. And that's what you brothers need to be teaching the people. Forget about the history. You don't know the history of anything, especially not America. Because if you knew the history of America, you know that the history of America is based on lies and deceit. When you go to college and get a degree in history, you learn that. Okay? All right, so our love, our allegiance, our all, our reverence is only to Allah. to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and to the Muslims, not anything else. So that Shahadah is not just a statement of faith. When you declare La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, it's a transformation. You're transforming yourself. You're transforming your beliefs. You're transforming your actions and your behavior. And it serves as a constant reminder of your love and devotion to Allah, to the Prophet, to the Muslims. Does everybody understand that? And we are also saying that we're going to live our lives in accordance to what Allah says, in accordance to what the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said and did, not anyone else. This should have been explained to every Muslim before they took Shahadah. I don't know that many people that break the Shahadah down like this. And that's why we convert to Islam and we make a lot of mistakes in the religion with these holidays and stuff. It ain't about imitating the kafir. No, that's not what it's about. It ain't about no history. It's about allegiance. That's why the Prophet said only 2 holidays. We only have 2, the Ilaha, the Ilaha. We don't even have an El-Quds Day. Let's talk about it. Hello. Allah is sending all type of wrath around the world. How many Muslim countries celebrate El-Quds Day? Is this showing allegiance to Allah? Is this showing allegiance to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Is this showing allegiance to the believers? No. El-Quds existed during the time of the Prophet. Did he set aside a day and say, let's all pay homage to Masjid al-Aqsa? Do we even pay homage like that to the Mosque of Mecca, Mosque of Medina? Again, whenever we deviate our allegiance away from Allah, away from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that's when we end up with problems. Stick to what the Prophet said, what the Prophet did, what Allah says. That's it. Okay? No El-Quds Day. No El Medina Day, no birthdays, none of that. All right. Okay. So, La ilaha, that's the second part. La ilaha encompasses, the first part. La ilaha encompasses disassociation. That's Bara. I'm disassociating from anything that contradicts what Allah says, anything that opposes what Allah says, what the Prophet said, what the Prophet did, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this rejection emphasizes the uniqueness of Allah, the greatness of our Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the unity that we're supposed to have, that solidarity that we're lacking as a nation today. Okay? So as Muslims, we reaffirm our unshakable conviction in the oneness of Allah by rejecting all that other stuff, by negating anything that contradicts what he says. And that's how our faith becomes strongly embedded in our heart, and it will do nothing but grow. As long as you feed it, you have to feed your faith with knowledge. So for you new Shahadahs, I want you guys to understand, this is the beginning. Just because you say you believe in Allah is not enough. You're going to spend the rest of your life proving it, proving that you believe in him. And you're going to have to seek knowledge on a regular basis, because you're going to have to, no one knows everything about this deen, not me, not anyone. Okay? We're going to have to fortify that faith with knowledge, and true understanding of this deen. Because again, as we talked about in the previous chapter, whatever is in the heart is going to show through your actions, through the choices you make in life, your endeavors, and all of that. Everybody got that? Is that clear to my little new Shahadahs? Okay, and throughout the Quran, Allah emphasizes the importance of negating worship of anything other than him. And for example, in Surah Al-Anbiya, Allah says in the interpretation of the meaning, and we sent not before you any messenger, except that we revealed to him that there is no deity except me. So worship me alone. So what is Allah saying there? He said every prophet from Adam, alayhi salam, they all came with the same message. Worship Allah alone. That's why they were Muslims. Every prophet that Allah sent was a Muslim. Muslim is an Arabic word. Write it down. Write it down. It means one who submits to Allah. I'm submitting myself to Allah. And throughout history, this message has been communicated by all the prophets and all the messengers. Allah sent them to teach the people to worship none other than him and to shun away from all other religions and all other forms of belief that contradict that. Also, Allah says in the interpretation, the meaning, and we certainly sent to every nation a messenger who said, worship Allah and avoid associating partners with him. Jesus said that too. Jesus never referred to himself as being the son of Allah. Okay? Also, Allah says in the interpretation, the meaning, and mention, O Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when Abraham said to his father and his people, indeed, I disassociate from you and that which you worship. Abraham, alayhi salam. Why is he loved so much by Allah? He sacrificed his family, his country, everything for the sake of Allah. He was able to disassociate, to do Bara, disassociate from his father, his family, his people, his country. We got Muslims today who still don't understand. Pay attention. There are Muslims today who still do not understand that the earth belongs to Allah. What's going on over there in Palestine? This has been going on since before Moses, alayhi salam. Allah's been trying to teach a lot of the people in that part of the world, a lot of the Muslims in that part of the world, that the earth doesn't belong to them. Palestine don't belong to you. It belongs to Allah. Okay? A lot of Muslims don't get that. Okay? Allah. You don't even, your children don't even belong to you. Allah tells us that our children are simply loans. Your husband, much as you love him, he doesn't belong to you. He belongs to Allah. Your wives, as much as you may love your wives, they don't belong to you either. Allah. What's the name we did the other day? Allah is the owner of everything. He is the owner, not you, not me. The only thing that we own, that I can say I honestly own, are my actions. My actions and my choices. Those are the only two things that I own. My actions, my choices. But I don't own my husband. I don't have one, by the way. I don't own my children. I got one and she gets on my nerves. I don't own nothing else. I don't even own my cats and I love them to death. They belong to Allah. I own my choices, my actions. And on the day of judgment, that's what you're going to be held accountable for. You're going to be held accountable for your actions, your choices in life. And I hope I'm making this clear. Okay? But look at Abraham, alayhi salam. Prophet Ibrahim, he distanced himself from the fictitious deities of his people. And he told them there is none worthy of worship except Allah. because that's part of the Shahadah, and that demonstrates the rejection of anything that opposes him. So that's the first part of the Shahadah, known as the negation, which encourages us to contemplate the scope of the message of Islam, as well as the reverence of that message to our own lives. If you truly understand what that first part of Shahada means, then you wouldn't celebrate birthdays. You wouldn't celebrate holidays. You would only do Ilaha, Fitr, and you would perform your aqeedah and things like that. Because La ilaha also rejects any ideology and religious innovations or belief systems that conflicts with what Allah says and what the Prophet said. You won't twirl around in a circle. Why should I twirl around in a circle? Somebody told me twirling around in a circle brings you closer to Allah. So I asked this person, how? Sister, you're telling me, sister, that if I start twirling, hey, do the wave, then I'm going to get closer to Allah? She said, yes, when you become dizzy. I said, when I become dizzy? I said, if I become dizzy, I'm going to throw up. I have anxiety. I can't handle that type of stuff. Y'all know I'm pretty weak in the inside. She said, Sister Layla, if you twirl and when you become dizzy, that's the connection that you're making to Allah. So you bring the hand out. I said, excuse me? I said, I'll be bringing my hand out and vomiting. Are you crazy? Did Allah tell me that the way to get close to him is by twirling? Did the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam tell us that twirling brings us close to Allah? Come on, guys. We reject all that. We negate all that. Any innovations, any introductions into this religion, we negate it. Birthday celebration. Hello, let's talk about it. Hello. Nobody loved the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam more than those companions did, more than his wives. I'm doing the heroines of Islam. Aisha, radiallahu anha, the little troublemaker. Aisha, the drama queen. Nobody loved him more than his drama queen, Aisha. When he died, did she celebrate his birthday? In fact, before he died, when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was on his deathbed, before he died, what's one of the last things he said? He said, do not do to me, do not do to me, do not do to me what they did to my brother Jesus. May Allah curse them for what they did to my brother Jesus. That was right before he died, brothers. Bukhari and Muslim. All right. So he warned us against this crap. What is there to celebrate? Because you were born, I'm supposed to bring you presents, bring you gifts, bake a cake for you. Did you create yourself? What is it about you that makes you so special that you are deserving of a cake because you were born when you had nothing to do with that? You could have died in your mother's womb. It happens all the time. Okay? So we don't celebrate that stuff. If we truly understood La ilaha, we reject all innovations or all beliefs and all belief systems that conflict with our love and allegiance to Allah. Everybody understand that? And if we're able to debunk these false ideologies, this is how we strengthen ourselves, and not only ourselves, but also the Muslim community. So this is why we have to truly understand the meaning of that Shahada. I tell y'all every day, everything begins with and ends with tawheed. Subhanallah, subhanallah. So now, let's see how well you guys were paying attention. I'm going to give you a quiz. Get ready for it. This is another reason why the Imam in Atlanta sent you here. Okay? Because he know I'm going to give you a quiz at the end of each class too, sister. And make sure you continue to come and bring all your other Muslim friends, even the ones that's been Muslim for 100 years. Bring them here too, because I'm willing to bet you they don't know the implications of that Shahadah either. So here's the quiz. Everybody ready for it? Question number 1. Which part of the Shahadah is negation? Is it la ilaha or is it illallah? I spelled that wrong. Illallah. Who has the answer? Let's hear it.
La ilaha.
Do you guys agree? She said la ilaha. Y'all agree?
Yeah,
I agree.
I agree.
Mashallah, good job. So la ilaha, I am negating that anything is worthy of worship other than Allah. I'm negating any ideologies, any thoughts, any actions, any celebrations that go against that. Okay. Also, question number 2. Tell me, what does la ilaha negate? Oh, I just gave the answer. What else does it negate? What else does la ilaha negate besides believing and worshiping anything other than Allah? What else does it negate? Give me some examples of other ideologies it negates. There you go. Give me some examples of other ideologies that it negates. Go ahead. Come on, y'all. You'll think of a million. Go ahead. Brother Merard.
Believing that good and evil doesn't come only from Allah.
MashaAllah, this is a big problem. The Mu'tazilite. We have a lot of Mu'tazilite here in America. They don't believe that everything good and evil comes from Allah. They believe that the evil only comes from Israel. Only Israel. They don't understand that Allah is the one in control. Both good and bad comes from him. What else does la ilaha negate? Good job, Merard. Anybody else? Go ahead. Latifa, are you awake?
Yes, I'm awake. It negates associating partners with him.
MashaAllah, it negates associating partners with him. People associate partners with Allah even when it comes to drugs. Let's talk about it. Hello, hit it, Layla. Where's my brothers at? Let me look on YouTube. Hold on. Aki. Brother Aki. Where's Brother Aki? MashaAllah, let's talk about it. I got some brothers here. Brother Aki. He's always talking about how he can't kick the habit of that weed. There was some fatwa put out by some numbskull here in America. You know, they come a dime a dozen. A dime a dozen. Some numbskull here on the East Coast. Yeah, we East Coast, West Coast. Hey, Biggie, Tupac, whatever. Some brother here on the East Coast put out some fatwa, I heard, letting all the young boys know that they could get high for weed. Hello. Shame on him. Thank God we don't follow him. Thank God we believe la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, not whoever this brother is. Okay. There's a hadith whereas the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, and I want that brother to learn this hadith. A drunkard will be raised up on the day of judgment as a kafir and will stand with the kafirs and be placed with them in the hellfire. Why? Because he took his love for alcohol over his love for Allah. Hello, you love that weed. You know that Allah says intoxicants are haram. All intoxicants. You know that Umar radiallahu anhu said anything that defogs the mind is considered an intoxicant. Okay, nicotine defogs the mind. It's an intoxicant. That's why you can't smoke cigarettes. Let them Benson and Hedges menthol lights go. Hello, luckies. You ain't cool and you ain't from Winston-Salem. Hello. Gotta keep it real. Jamali says I don't smile enough. By the way, Jamali, what you mean I don't smile enough? You know I'm not supposed to smile on this camera in front of these brothers. Hello, Jamali. But anyway, what does that hadith mean? You know it's haram to drink. You know it's haram to get high. But you continue to do it and you die upon it, thinking that it was okay, denying that it's something bad and dirty. You just negated. You just negated your Shahadah. You died in a state of negation of that Shahadah. I tell you guys, I'm going to do the class. I'm going to do the class again on the sins of disbelief. There are a lot of sins of disbelief out there that a lot of Muslims are not aware of, like suicide. That's a sin of disbelief. We're going to talk about that in another class. But that's an example. You know, associating partners. When you put your love, your desires over what Allah says, then that's, you know, associating partners. Your desire to get high is so great, Brother Aqeedah, that you can't stop it. You better let that marijuana go. Plus it stinks. I know, because I got a neighbor that smokes that stuff. Man, she had a whole hallway humming. But you know what? She got in trouble for it too. Okay? So I'm telling y'all, that stuff stink. Anything that smells that bad, Allah is clean. Allah hates anything that's dirty. How can you, brother, smoke that stuff and think it's okay when it stinks so badly? You smell like horse manure. Same with cigarettes. You smell like a chimney mixed with horse manure. And you know, I got a nose like a wolf. I can smell you a mile away. Woo, that's some bad stuff, dude. That's why you can't find a righteous woman. Hello, righteous women are for righteous men. Remember that. All right, so those are some examples as to what la ilaha negates. What about this? The second part of that Shahada, which I'm going to go into more detail about tomorrow. Illallah. What does illallah affirm? And we're going to talk more about this tomorrow. But what does illallah affirm? It affirms belief in what? Y'all know what the word affirm means? It means to believe in something.
In Allah alone.
Exactly.
Allah alone.
Exactly. And worshiping Allah alone, not weed, not alcohol, not love. Love don't love nobody. You better learn to love Allah unless you got a man like me. Okay. And last question. La ilaha is also a testimony saying that we disassociate from what? What am I disassociating from? Every time I say la ilaha, I'm saying that I'm going to well better and distance myself from what? Come on, guys. I done beat it in you today. What are we?
Anything that like opposes that.
Exactly. Anything that opposes that. So, mashallah, that's just simple quiz for today.